What if I told you the single most complex thing in the entire known universe is actually sitting right between your ears? Yeah, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the human brain, and trust me, some of these facts are going to completely challenge what you think you know about, well, reality itself. Think about it. Every hope you have, every single memory, even the very screen you're looking at right now, it all comes from inside this little 3-pound universe in your head. But here's a wild thought. What if its main job isn't to show you the world exactly as it is? What if it's just telling you a story that's, well, maybe not 100% accurate?
Yeah, in fact, a lot of the common sense stuff we believe about our own minds, things like multitasking or how we think our memory works, turns out they're pretty much myths. So let's get ready to do some serious debunking.
All right, first up, reality itself. You probably think you see the world for what it is, right? But the truth, and this is a big one, is that you're only seeing the version of it that your brain decides you should see.
Okay, get ready for this number. Every single second, your senses are just getting hammered with about 11 million bits of information. 11 million! But your conscious mind, the part of you that's actually aware, it only processes about 50. Just 50. So your brain isn't some crystal clear window to the world. Nope, it's more like a super strict security guard at a nightclub, and it's got a very, very short guest list.
So this brings us to a huge misconception. We all kind of assume our eyes work like little video cameras, just recording everything exactly as it happens. But the reality is so much cooler than that. Your brain is more like a movie director. It's actively building the scene in front of you using your past experiences as the script. So you're not just passively seeing the world, you're actively predicting what you're going to see next. Wild, right?
And honestly, this filtering is a superpower. It's how you can be in a super loud, crowded room and still hear someone say your name from across the way. But, and this is a big but, there's a catch. This same filter is where all our biases come from. Those 50 little bits of information your brain handpicks for you, they're shaped by everything you already believe, which means your reality is literally custom built just for you.
So this whole best guess system our brain is running has some massive implications for how we work and how we remember things. And that brings us to two of the absolute biggest myths out there, multitasking and memory.
Oh, multitasking. We all wear it like a badge of honor, don't we? The ultimate skill for the modern world. We think we're juggling all these tasks at once, but the reality is, we're not. At all. What you're really doing is something called task switching, and it is absolutely frying your brain.
And you can see the hidden cost right here. Every single time you jump from, say, an email to a quick text message, your brain has to slam on the brakes, totally dump all the email info, load up the brand new context for the text, and then hit the gas again. Each and every one of those switches costs you mental energy. It's exactly why you can have a full day of multitasking and feel completely wiped out, but also feel like you got absolutely nothing done.
Okay, so what about memory? We love to think of it as this perfect video library in our heads, right? That we can just pull up a file and replay it. Well, that's a total myth. Your memory isn't a recording at all. It's more like a live improv show. Every single time you remember something, you're actually rebuilding it from scratch. And in the process, you're slightly changing the script for the next time you perform that memory.
This is the classic example, isn't it? You walk into a room with a purpose, and the second you cross the threshold, it's gone. You have no idea why you're there. That's not you being forgetful, that's your memory system working exactly as designed. The context, the room, changed, and that fragile little reconstructed thought just disintegrated. It's not a bug, it's a feature.
So let's recap. Our perception is basically a guess, and our memory is a reconstruction. It might start to sound like our brains are kind of faulty, right? But all of this actually leads to the most hopeful, most powerful fact of all. And it's this. Your brain isn't finished. It's a constant work in progress. And guess what? You're the artist holding the brush.
So the fancy scientific name for this is neuroplasticity. But really, you can just think of it as your brain's built-in superpower. It's the ability to physically, literally, rewire itself based on everything you do, everything you think, and everything you feel. And this isn't some trick that only works when you're a kid. Nope, it is happening inside your head right now as you listen to this.
Every time you try to learn a new skill, like a language or an instrument, or even when you just form a new habit, like going for a walk every day, you are physically changing the structure of your brain. You're carving out new neural pathways. It's incredible. And this is also the very same magic that allows the brain to recover after an injury. It literally reroutes the traffic around the damaged spots.
Just let that sink in for a second. The brain you have today is not the one you will have tomorrow. And that's not just some cheesy motivational quote. It's a hard biological fact. You are the architect of your own mind. The thoughts you choose to think, the things you decide to do today, they are literally building the brain and the person you're going to be tomorrow.
And this whole process, it never, ever stops. Even when you're fast asleep, your brain is one of the busiest parts of your body. Dreaming isn't just random, weird movies your mind makes up. It's actually a super important process. Your brain is busy sorting through the day's memories, processing tricky emotions, and all the while, it's wiring and rewiring itself.
Okay, so our brains filter our reality. Our memories are totally flexible, and we are constantly rewiring ourselves. What in the world does this all mean for us? Well, it means you've got some serious superpowers you might not have even realized you had.
Let's break it down like this. Your superpowers. Number 1, you are the creator of your own reality. You decide what to focus on. Number 2, your focus is incredibly precious, so stop trying to slice it up with multitasking. And number 3, and this is maybe the biggest one of all, you are a lifelong learner. The ability to change, to adapt, to grow, it's literally hardwired into you.
So really, the final question isn't about what your brain can do. We know it can do amazing things. The real question is, what are you going to do with it? Knowing what you know now, that every action, every single thought is physically building the person you are becoming, what will you teach your brain next?